We'll go ahead. We'll jump into some player props for you guys this week. Well, I'll go first with my two there, Uncle Dave. This one's going to be chalky, and it's probably a square pick, and it's Jameis Winston to go ahead and throw an interception. Yes, at minus 175. Again, I know it's chalky, but the pressure he'll feel in this particular game will be immense with Chris Jones breathing down his neck. Plus, the Browns could end up trailing in this game and having to go ahead and throw the football late. Winston, 9 interceptions over his last 5 games. So clearly he's going ahead. He's giving the ball away. I think he'll probably do that there again this week. So Jameis Winston to throw an interception, yes, at minus 175. Then I'm going to go ahead and play Ravens running back Justice Hill over 11.5 rushing yards. The Ravens, they're like a 2.5 touchdown favorite against the Giants. How much running will the Ravens want Derrick Henry to do in this particular game? I think he's probably going to go out and have a really good game. His over and under for rushing is like 100 yards. But how much will they really need to go ahead and pass the ball late? How much will they need to go ahead and use Henry? I don't think a whole lot. And Justice Hill, in my opinion, probably gets a couple extra touches here. The most touches he's had in any game this year was 5. I'm talking attempts, not passing, but just attempts was 5. And they were in the more lopsided type of games. So I could see Justice Hill going ahead, maybe getting 5, 6, 7 attempts, and I feel pretty good with that. The fact that the number is only 11.5. So there's a chance the Ravens go ahead and just blow the doors off the Giants team, and it's all Justice Hill all fourth quarter. So I think that this actually sets up for like a correlation in a way. Maybe you can look at some Justice Hill alternate and maybe get like a good plus price, maybe like over 25 or over 30 yards. I think that that's certainly worth a look because there's a good chance that this guy ends up carrying the Ravens the entire fourth quarter. So those are my two props there, Uncle Dave. Jameis Winston throwing interception, yes. Justice Hill over 11.5 rushing yards. What are you looking at this week?
You're not going to like this one, but I'm going to take Jalen Hurts over his passing yards, and they don't have a specific one up yet, but you can get over 200 at plus 110, over 175 at minus 185. So that means his true number probably about 185. But here's the thing. I mean, don't hear what I'm not saying, Sleepy. We know Hurts isn't a gunslinger, but I think this matchup is pretty favorable. As I said when we looked at these games, both teams have elite run defenses, and the Steelers' pass defense can be had. They're 17th in passing yards allowed, in part because nobody can run. But because the Eagles rely so much on Barkley and the fact that the Eagles' pass offense is 30th in yards per game, I mean, that's one of the reasons we're going to get such a great number. I mean, Tomlin's going to make Hurts beat them. I think he can. I mean, this week both Brown and Smith voiced their frustration with the passing game even after a win. And, if they were coached by someone who didn't give a shit like Belichick or Tomlin or Harbaugh, wouldn't give a shit about what his two superstars are saying, I probably wouldn't do this, but I think Sirianni does. And again, because their passing offense has been stagnant, I think we get a good number. So, that's a bet I'm willing to make at plus money. Jordan Love, I like his passing yards under. Don't have a total out there yet. But clearly the Packers are going to feed Josh Jacobs. I mean, but there's more to this. I mentioned earlier about McDonald's defense, and, Seattle's defense is top 10 in pass yards allowed. And, there's more. I mean, Green Bay scored 31 at Detroit, but Love threw for just over 200 yards with 31 points. There again, let's feed Jacobs. I mean, in 4 of his last 6 games, he hasn't had more than 14 completions. I mean, I don't know how many he'll have Sunday, but I don't think they're going to equate to 200 yards. So I think Jordan Love passing yards under is a solid bet as well.